5,000 people on the Vanuatu Island of Ambrym have run out of food and are in desperate need of water. A volcanic eruption 4 weeks ago took out most of the crops and Cyclone Pam finished off the rest. A volunteer doctor, Richard Henderson, has been on Ambrym for 6 weeks and flew back to Port Vila today with a UN assessment team. He says at the cyclone's peak, 3 local men made a dash to the island's maternity unit, which had lost its roof, to rescue a newborn baby and his mother.
What you do is you wait for the gusts. Like the wind comes and then there's this little period before it builds again. So they sort of wait, and then it was 100 to 200 metres away from where they were to where the safety of the church was. And then it's a go hard kind of attitude to get there before there's any damage. One of the guys was blown over with a wind gust, but they were relatively away from trees and flying debris.
And the baby was fine?
The baby is absolutely fine. I checked on it the next day. The baby was completely wrapped up in a whole lot of blankets. One guy took the baby and 2 guys took the mother.
So what do the people on the island need now?
They have been living on stored food and a few animals, livestock and those kind of things. But that has run out now.
So there is no food on the island? There's no food on the island?
No. The root that were destroyed by the volcano a few weeks ago, that erupted, throwing lots of sulphur into the air, creating acid rain. But the root, the kumara and the taro, it's all rotten.
So they need food now?
Now, they need food right now. 2 days ago, there were hungry people. 2 days ago, the stores ran out of rice. The bank isn't operating because it has no communications. It cannot communicate with head office. So even if there was food in the stores, they can't withdraw money to buy food.
So the UN flight yesterday?
Yes.
Did they bring any aid?
No, they didn't bring any aid. It was initial assessment. They just call it a rapid assessment, okay? They went in there, getting numbers of people, working out who is homeless, and water is the other significant thing that's needed. Water supply was mainly on rain tanks, and that has all been spoiled by the cyclone. Many of them smell off. There is 1 or 2 villages that do have spring water, but there is, right now it's food. It's water, and we haven't had any rain for about 4 or 5 days. So
did this UN assessment team say when they would be back or anyone else would be back with the food and the water?
They were talking today. Yesterday, they were saying, look, we really should get some food in here today. So yesterday, they were saying they should get food in there today. At the meeting I was in this morning with the food deliveries that were going out, I didn't see Ambrym on the list. So I'm not sure whether that may be because that Ambrym was added later on the list, or that it just hasn't been added on the list yet. But I'm hopeful if they didn't get any food today, they'll get it tomorrow.
Are you going to be checking in? Are you going to be making any noise?
Yeah. This morning I've been in the health, working with the Department of Health and guiding all them. So there's what we call the health cluster. That's a different unit to the emergency response team and the UN kind of firefighters, emergency kind of workers. I'm on my way there now, actually, to go and see what's happening and just check on the Ambrym aid situation and give them information and just to see whether there's something going on. Just to try, I'm sure that there's a process happening there. It's just time. Some of these things just get lodged in the administration process. There's a big, huge operation going on here that the airport has got, flights in every 15 minutes. One of the things that happens is that the organisation can slow down. And Ambrym, I think, initially was assessed as not too serious because they hadn't put in the volcano situation. They didn't know.
And at the airport, you're saying that there are flights leaving and coming back all the time?
There's helicopters landing. There's big jets coming in from China. There's planes taking off. My house is near the airport. The noise is quite disturbing. It's not until it's after dark does it go quiet. But every half hour, every 15 minutes, there's some aircraft landing or taking off.
And it's not just the big aircraft bringing in supplies to put in a warehouse.
No.
It's actually taking supplies out to the islands.
I hope so. Today is the first day that food supplies are going out, as far as I'm aware.
How are the local people, the people that you've been working with, how are they taking all of this?
One of the things about Vanuatu is the community is strong. The people know not just their neighbour, but their neighbour's neighbour and their neighbour's neighbour. After the first day, the local leaders were in a huge state of shock. Within for 2 or 3 days, they were up and operating and coordinating things together. With one chainsaw, they had cleared about 10 kilometres of road. The people in Ambrym were quite worried about, you really need to get the message out that our root crops are destroyed and we need food more urgently than perhaps some of the other islands. If there isn't getting any food, there's not getting any water coming through, the community will break down. We will have societal breakdown. 2 days ago, I had hungry people, and I was beginning to notice some selfish behaviour, which is one of the first times I'd ever seen.
Such as? What sort of things?
Lying, so saying they didn't have any food when they did have some food. That wouldn't be normal. Normally, everybody in the community would work together. It's completely understandable. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. It's normal, absolutely normal human behaviour, especially when you have children.
That's volunteer Dr. Richard Henderson speaking to us from Port Vila.